Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about exercise and how it impacts eczema. So, interestingly enough, let's jump right in and I'm going to tell you my personal relationship with exercise when I had my flare-up. So I always found that when I went to the gym, obviously I was a little embarrassed, so I'd always wear long sleeves. And so if you wear long sleeves to the gym, you're going to sweat even more. And so I always noticed that it would burn really badly when the sweat was on the skin, but then once I washed everything off and continued about my day, I felt fine. And recently I actually found some scientific evidence as to why this occurs, and it's pretty exciting. I want to stress to you guys that having a regular exercise routine is really critical, and this is for two reasons. So this research article that I found was so informational. I really should link it in the description box below, and if I don't, ask me to in the comments and I'll make sure I'll put it in there. It basically goes through every piece of what biologically eczema is in relation to the itch. And so within that article, they were talking a lot about sleep, and they were talking about perspiration, which is sweat. And I actually have a video coming out soon about sleep, so stay tuned for that. I have some very cool information that I learned about sleep. So this is crazy. I don't know why our bodies are like this, but our body will... I actually do know why our bodies are like this. I'll explain. So basically, this is a really crazy topic, and it's very odd, and you're going to be like, what are you talking about when I say this? But our body will actually have worse flare-ups when we decrease the amount of sweat that we produce on a regular basis. So this is why I'm stressing the importance of getting a regular exercise routine. So the reason behind it is, yes, the sweat itself, if you let it stay on the skin, it becomes an irritant, but what it is doing is releasing excess heat. So eczema is kind of known to be very sensitive to heat, and so it's excess heat within your body, and it's also referring to heat on your skin. So if you're taking hot showers, you might want to cool your water down a little bit. But today we're talking about fitness and exercise, and I want you guys to be aware that having regular exercise where you regularly sweat each day, followed by a cool shower, will give you some results. So if you want to know how to get your skin to be a little less itchy, a little less inflamed without doing anything to your diet, if you want to just make small changes to start off with, try that and see how it impacts your life. So not only are you releasing stress when you exercise, you are perspirating, which is sweat, so you are sweating. So sweat is super critical, but it also is harmful, and this is where it gets a little strange. So when I said after you exercise you need to take a cool shower, I said that because the sweat itself is an irritant to eczema. It's totally fine for a little while, so if you sweat and it takes you a while to get home, like an hour, it's okay. You don't want to leave it on for more than an hour. So make sure that you're taking a shower after you sweat. So what do I suggest as far as exercises? So maybe you can do something like, it depends on where your eczema is. I was going to suggest cycling, so getting on a stationary bike and pedaling if your eczema is on your arms, because you're not moving your arms back and forth and aggravating the skin. If you have it on your legs, maybe do some where you take like dumbbells and you're lifting them up and down, you're doing upper body. You have to work with your own skin and your own body. If you know that it hurts to do certain movements, figure out exercises that prevent you from doing those movements. So maybe running is your best bet, or you can just lift weights. Anything that's going to have you break a sweat. You can even garden in your yard. There's a lot of added benefits to gardening. You break a sweat, but also you're exposing yourself to microorganisms that live in the soil. And just like probiotics, getting those microorganisms on your skin is extremely beneficial to healing and balancing out the bacteria that lives on your skin. So I recommend getting at least 30 minutes of exercise every single day, and on the weekends, if you're free, increase that to at least an hour and try to really sweat. If you go and you're just like taking a light walk, start walking faster. You don't even have to go for a run. Take a really brisk walk and make sure you sweat. So not only exercise provides our bodies with detoxification through sweat, it cools our bodies down, but also it lowers our glucose levels. Now, what is glucose? Glucose is a sugar, and basically it is how our body is fueled. It's body fuel. So you get glucose from consuming food. Unless you're eating straight fat, so unless you're just drinking olive oil, the things that you eat contain glucose. Or they contain starch and our body converts it to glucose. So basically there's sugar in your blood, so when you hear blood sugar, that's what it's referring to. And if you're somebody that also deals with issues like type 2 diabetes, or if you're pre-diabetic, getting exercise in is so critical. Not only will changing your diet and increasing exercise reduce the blood sugar that you're dealing with, but it'll also reduce your risk for type 2 diabetes. So why is reducing glucose in your blood so important? So when you exercise, our body releases insulin, and insulin allows for the energy to go into our cells, and it fuels our body. So when we have glucose and when our body is functioning properly, we're able to heal more. But not only that, I've noticed that an increase in glucose will cause irritated skin, not necessarily a flare-up, depending on where your source of glucose is from. If you're eating refined sugar, yes, you're going to have a flare-up. But if you're eating some sweet things, I notice that there's an increase in the irritation of the skin whenever you have things that will raise your blood sugar. So, point being is go exercise to reduce your blood sugar. It'll make your skin feel better for so many different reasons. Not only that, you're setting yourself up for a healthy life. Once you implement these things into your life, you're going to prevent diseases later on, like type 2 diabetes, heart disease. It allows the cholesterol in your blood to go down. You raise your HDL and you lower your LDL, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm just talking about the way cholesterol works in your body, and through exercise and eating right, you guys can heal so much more than just eczema. So please start exercising at least 30 minutes a day. Figure out what you love. Go swimming, go for a hike, go do something active. Go garden and make yourself fresh produce that grows in your backyard. So I hope this video gives you some insight. If I didn't talk about one subject referring to eczema and fitness, let me know in the comments or give me an email and we can address it one-on-one. But I'm hoping this is a good starting place for you guys to start implementing fitness into your life. It is so, so, so important. So, as you guys know, I have a health coach program. It's a 6-week-long program where I teach you everything about eczema healing. After the 6 weeks, you really won't need my help. You'll understand what eczema is and you'll know how to heal it. Most people do heal during the 6 weeks. Also, if you just want to have a conversation with me, feel free to DM me on Instagram, MichelleMills_. I will talk to you. I talk to everybody. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Crashing waves, I wanna see them at first light.